Welcome to Dad's Unlocked. This is Jeffrey Fate, and I want to tell you how you can do this fasting thing as a dad. Now, this won't necessarily be a dad's only type of situation, but I know that this is who you are, and so this will make it a lot easier to maybe relate to the concept of doing intermittent fasting or time restricted eating or whatever you're calling it. Uh, I know as a dad, when you're taking care of kids, they they eat constantly. Like, how are you going to do this, right? Like, I know my son. He gets up. First thing he does once he gets downstairs is have his breakfast bar that I make. It's got a bunch of good stuff in it: oatmeal, spinach, tons of ingredients in it, and all homemade. And then he has milk. And so whatever he's eating, he's eating it. Like you're watching him eat it, or your significant other is maybe you're not actually doing it. But there's enough times where you're just like, okay, I'm watching him eat, and I haven't eaten yet. And then there's also on the other side, right before he goes to bed, I'm sure he's eating or she's eating again because you don't want your kid to be going to bed on a partially full stomach because you want him to sleep, right? Um, and this is mostly a mental game, but there are some tips you can do. Like I said, you can, like I do, I prep some breakfast for my son ahead of time, so everything is all ready, and you don't have to do a lot of interaction with the food. And I feel like whenever you're cooking a meal or you're preparing something more intently, that that connects you closer to it and maybe makes you have some FOMO with the food, like you're missing out. Your fear of missing out raises because you're interacting with the food more closely. Um, so try and do that. Maybe even with dinner, if you're trying to get to move your window before dinner, do some prep ahead of time. Maybe use a crock pot or a instant pot, pressure cooker, or something like that. Just until you get your discipline in check. And I'm not saying that people don't have discipline. I just know that it's a process, right? You have to adjust and get used to what you're doing now, which is not eating when other people are eating. So those are a couple small tips. Just prep ahead of time and focus on what's going on with your family. Don't focus as much on the food. Focus on the family, as I'm sure many people have been tipped no, I don't know about told, but coached to do, which is be in the moment. Don't sit in there staring at your phone, right? This isn't that, but don't long for the food that your child is eating at the time. Just be with your son or be with your daughter. That's all I have for today. Talk to you in the next one.